Hello, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today, being Saturday, is Simple Stamping Saturday. So that's one project done 3 different ways, starting with a quick and easy version and then building up. And I show you how to make the quick and easy version. If this is your first time joining me, don't forget to subscribe, which is in the bottom right hand corner. If you need any supplies and you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands, you can shop with me. There's a link to my online store below. And if you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So today I am using the Seasons of Fun host stamp set, which is in the current mini catalogue. And it is found at the back, so far at the back that I couldn't even see it. So it's this one here. There are 2 host stamp sets available. There's the Amaryllis Bloom. Easy for some people to say, not very easy for me to say, apparently. Amaryllis Bloom, or the Seasons of Fun. And I'm using the Seasons of Fun set. You can get host stamp sets if you place larger orders or get together with a group of friends to place a larger order, and then you can either use your host rewards for one of the host stamp sets or you can buy any product that you want. I am using the Pumpkin Fancy Dress stamp today. It's the only one of these stamps that I'm using in today's video. But we've got an autumnal one here, which I will be using. A little dog that I think is jumping to catch snowflakes. I don't know, it may just be jumping. And then a girl with a sledge and a very, very small Christmas tree. We've then got a leaf, some snowflakes and some stars. So a really cute little set. I will grab a D block because that should be about the right size, and it's like I knew. So this is one of our basic white note cards and envelopes. They come in a pack of 20, so a really great staple for your stash. All I'm going to do is ink up in Memento ink and just stamp my little girl down in the bottom right hand corner. I suppose it could be a boy with long curly hair. I'm thinking of it as a girl. So there is our image, really easy. It's red rubber, so they stamp well most times. I am just going to grab a scrap of paper because whilst I've got the ink pad out and the stamp dirty, I also want, I haven't shown you what we're making. This is what we're making. I also want to stamp the envelope because for Simple Stamping Saturday, I always stamp the envelope. So add a bit of ink to the right hand side of the card, of the stamp. It is the right, which is actually the left when you look at it. Make sure I know that the flap is at the top. And I'm just going to come in with the arm and the treat bucket like that. So that is all of our stamping done, and I've just realised I do need one more thing, which I have now got. So for a change, I often use watercolour pencils for my first version on Stamping Saturday, Simple Stamping Saturday. Today I'm going to use Stampin' Right markers. I'm afraid I have crossed sets, so that's in the Regals, that's Pumpkin Pie. That's in the Brights, which is Granny Apple Green, which also has Gorgeous Grape. I think in my original I used Highland Heather, but I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. However, could use Highland Heather because that's in the Subtles, and then those are neutrals. So I've used all 4 families. I'm sorry, but some people have them. The other thing you could do is use a blender pen and your ink pads, and obviously the ink pads you can buy individually. So I'm going to take my pumpkin pie and colour in her hat first, and I'm going to be doing sort of single broad strokes. What I don't want to do is rub up and down because that will pill the paper. And also I want as few lines as possible. So if you do broad sweeps, you are less likely to get lines. I mean, I don't mind too much because we've got pumpkins, so they do have some lines, but I don't want too much in the way of overlap. With both Stampin' Right markers and blends, but more so with Stampin' Right markers, if you go over the same area a lot, you get more pigment because obviously you're putting more ink down. But if you go in the direction of the pumpkin, you can kind of work that to your advantage. So it's quite quick with these bigger spaces. Ooh, just missed a bit there. And there. And then just come in and colour the bits that I've missed. And if you're worried about being accurate with the tip of the brush end, use the writing end, because that works too. And I will show you what I mean with the Granny Apple Green. I will colour the stalk of the pumpkin hat with Granny Apple Green, the writing end. Now actually I might, no I won't, I will use the brush tip for her collar. Now for my original I used Old Olive, and then I realised that the versions that I use stepped up use Granny Apple Green, so I've gone for continuity of colour. For blends there is no Gorgeous Grape, it's only Highland Heather, but I thought I would go for the darker colour because I just kind of wanted a bit more of the dark mauve. I suppose it's more of a purple really. And again, if you're worried about small areas, just use the other end. So I could use that for her leggings, for example, and just colour that in. It will come out slightly more intense because you're almost bound to be going over the same area, but that's fine. But very easy to colour in. Then I'm going to use Smoky Slate for her top, so to go with the Gorgeous Grape, and because Smoky Slate is quite a lot lighter than Gorgeous Grape, you can be a little less accurate with where you put your Smoky Slate. So if you do run into the Gorgeous Grape a little bit, it's not going to matter. Just saying. And then basic grey for her boots, or roller skates I suppose, to be more accurate. And again I'm using the right end for this one. I might use the brush end for the other one, and then you can see the difference. This is quite dark because I've gone over the same space quite a bit, whereas this one is much smoother. And then just a line down there, so if I pick that up and show you, oh, I got that. So this one is a lot smoother, whereas this one does look a little more scribbled. And then I'm using Petal Pink for her face and hands. And again, I'm trying to use reasonably bold, sweeping strokes so that she doesn't look like she's got some skin rash. Then on her hands as well. Not sure I've succeeded in not making her look like she's got a skin rash, but hey ho. And then I've got soft suede for her hair. And I will explain kind of why I've chosen these colours in a moment, because it will become apparent that I'm trying to get continuity between each of the projects. So this is obviously the quicker, easier version. I would say uses less product, but I'm not convinced that that is the case in this particular project. Often it is, and of course you could use watercolour pencils instead. That would be fine. Sorry about that. I had a phone call that I had to take. So splicing, my favourite thing. Anyway, so I have now finished the colouring, and as you can see, it's really cute. So all I need to do now is fold this in half and find my bone folder, which I have buried somewhere. Probably literally buried somewhere, yes, under one of the other projects that I will be filming shortly. So that just needs to be creased, and we have our second card. So the only difference between the two is that for this one I used Highland Heather, and for this one I used Gorgeous Grape. Now, I said I was going to explain why I had chosen these colours, and that is partly, it's to do with the soft suede and the petal pink. These were the two that were nearest, in my view, to the ivory and the bronze. The others fit very nicely with the cute Halloween paper. So this is my simple version. My first stepped up version is this one, which uses some of that cute Halloween paper, and I've even stamped on the inside and coloured in. Now this is using blends, and I used the ivory for her face but the bronze for her hair, which was why I then chose the soft suede for her hair on the other version. And I've added some of the opal rounds just as a bit of fun, and some of the Calypso Coral ribbon from the, I say Calypso Coral, it's not, it's Flirty Flamingo, from the annual catalogue. This is the metallic Flirty Flamingo, 1/4 inch wide, I think, yes, 1/4 inch wide metallic ribbon from the annual catalogue. And I have turned it on its side as much as anything, because for the last version, that's kind of what I need to do. So for my final stepped up version, I've got this one, which is this fancy fold. So lots of space for writing. Obviously you don't have to put the white here, and you could decorate this piece here. You could decorate these two pieces and do your writing here, whichever takes your fancy. This is the Star and, now what's it called? Star and Plaid? Star Crossed. It's one of the new embossing folders, Star Crossed embossing folder, which has stars on one side, or 1/4, and a plaid on the other. So we've got stars here and a plaid here. So I just, having die cut this, which is from the seasonal labels, I popped it through the embossing folder to get the stars, and then with one of our blending brushes just used some Highland Heather ink to make the stars stand out a bit more. And this is Highland Heather and Flirty Flamingo again, and I don't know if you can see that I've then used the crystal effects, the shimmery crystal effects on the pumpkin, just to give a little extra something. Not difficult, just a little time consuming. You need to leave it dry to dry. I did this so it was drying overnight, which meant that it was nice and solid by the time I came to look at it in the morning. So those are my 3 versions of the card for you. So we've got the quicker version, and then 2 stepped up versions, fussy cut on both of these, then some die cutting and embossing on this one. But yes, fun projects. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please give them a thumbs up, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. As I say, links with close-up photographs and dimensions and things will be in the description bar below, and that will take you through to my website. Have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!